Hello.
Hello.
So we talked a little bit last week about a phobia that has been in your life for a while now, but it's become more present. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So I've always had this fear of dogs, but it's always been controlled because my family's never really had dogs. But my boyfriend just got this big German Shepherd that he can't really get rid of.
Okay.
So now he's like in my life because he's in my boyfriend's life. So it's just causing like a lot of fights and just like a lot of unnecessary anxiety.
Anxiety, tension.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't avoid dogs anymore now. It sounds
No.
like now it's
Yeah.
very present.
Yes.
Have you guys talked about it?
Yeah, we do, but it usually just ends in a fight, or he just brushes it off like it's no big deal. But I am like very scared of a dog.
So, you think it's time now that you want to get over this phobia?
Yeah, I think it's time. I know it's like irrational, and I know it just causes like a lot of unnecessary drama in my life right now. So I think it's time.
And you want to do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as you want to do it,
Yes.
so since last time I've been thinking about the best kind of therapy that's going to address your phobia in a way that's best for you. So what I found that might be helpful, it's called systematic desensitization. And what that is, it allows us to target your phobia gradually. So we'll hit one step at a time instead of just throwing something at you
Okay.
and hoping you get over it.
Okay.
I think that this is better, and it'll help you get over it step by step.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
this is something that isn't gonna, you're not gonna get over your phobia today.
Okay.
It is going to take a while.
Yeah, I understand.
Which is good because it's going to last longer.
Right.
You're gonna get over this fear.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do today as part of it is we're gonna make what's called a hierarchy.
Okay.
And we're gonna write down 10 things, we'll only do 10,
Okay.
that provokes anxiety in you whenever you see this stimulus.
Okay.
Stimulus being a dog
Okay.
or his dog.
Okay.
So I'll write down 10 things.
Okay.
They could be anything in any order, whatever comes to your mind.
Whoever comes first.
Yes.
Okay. So, number one, when he greets me at the door,
You don't like, does he rush to you?
he
Or?
gets like very excited, and I know he's not threatening. He's like happy, but it just makes me nervous when he's like barking. I guess that's one.
Barking.
When he's barking or like wagging his tail. It just makes me like very anxious and very nervous.
Okay. It brings out how scared you are.
Yes.
It makes you think about it.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything about, sometimes we see that people come in and they're afraid of just looking at a picture of a dog or a spider or anything.
Okay.
Does that provoke anything?
Usually if like I'd have to be like in close contact.
Okay.
So that's like one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you're fine with just looking at pictures and watching movies
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff?
like when we're like in person, like
Okay.
I'm scared that they're gonna like bite me or I guess that's one too. Like biting or just being like vicious.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd have to like see.
You would have to actually see it.
Yeah. And, like,
Okay.
they would like see me type of thing.
So something like if you're in the park and you see other dogs,
Yeah.
that gets just
Yeah.
being in such close contact.
Yeah, I feel like I get anxiety.
What if they touch you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah. You don't like to be. Do you like to? So. Then you wouldn't like petting them, or do you like petting them?
No.
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 Okay.
I don't like any contact.
No contact at all.
No.
Okay. Is there anything else that's specific to maybe his dog?
It's like his dog and like all dogs. I guess I'm just scared that like they might like snap or like they might like seem happy, but then they just like get really like vicious out of nowhere.
Okay.
So I guess like the unexpected
The unexpected.
behavior.
Is there anything that you've experienced in your life that has really experienced like an unexpected behavior from a dog?
Yeah. So like when I was little, me and my sister we were at the park one day, just on the swings, and then this German Shepherd actually came out of nowhere. And we thought he was happy. We were like going to greet him, but then he was like snarling at us. so we had to run away. But then we were blocked like by this fence, and then he started like ripping our clothes, and it was just like really,
Oh my
really
gosh.
scary. Yeah.
So that's definitely.
Ever since then.
And the fact it was a German Shepherd too.
Yeah, so it's just a bad
Okay.
situation.
So we need to work on that.
Yeah.
Getting over that. So the unexpected behavior, biting, ripping.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Even just like him like coming up and like smelling me.
Smelling,
It's like
yeah.
very. Just makes me very nervous.
okay.
Because I don't know if he's gonna be smelling me and then like biting me. I don't know.
You just don't know what they're thinking, basically.
Right.
Okay. All right. So it looks like we have 10 things.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want you to do now is I want you to put them in order.
Okay.
What we're gonna do first is we're gonna label the one that gives you least amount of anxiety, 1, and the one that gives you the most amount, 10.
Okay.
We'll start with those two. So on a scale of like 0 to 100, how anxious that makes you. So number 1 will be like very close to the bottom. It doesn't have to be 0.
Okay.
Obviously because it gives you anxiety.
Okay.
So I want you to label that one 1.
Okay. So 1 would be the close contact because he's not actually like touching me or like smut or anything like that. So I guess that would be.
But
like
you
the
can
least,
see
but
him.
it's still still
And then 10, the one that's like close to 100, if not 100.
Okay. Well, 10 would be, I guess, like viciousness, but it's like the unexpected behavior. Like I just don't know like how they're gonna act.
Right.
So I guess that would be 10.
That would be 10. Okay. And now I want you to label number 5, so the one that's right in the middle.
5 in the middle. I guess like touching.
Okay. Why touching?
Because it's like I feel like I could kind of like control it, like a little bit. Whereas like him barking, or like him like wagging his tail, it's like sound stimulus, I guess, and it just makes me like really nervous. But like touching, it's like I don't know. I feel like you can control.
You
it
can
more.
control how close they get to you,
exactly.
and you can control if you touch it.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So now that we have the extreme and the middle and the not so extreme, I want you to fill in the middle ones. So like 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
6, 7, 8, and 9.
Okay. So then I guess vicious would be like right under, obviously, because I don't want them
To be
to be
vicious.
vicious. Biting would be number 8 because that's what I don't want. Barking I just really don't like. It makes me anxious. Greeting me because that's when he's always hyper.
Jumping and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Petting, I guess would be number 4. Then 3. Smelling. 2. Wagging. Okay.
Okay. So now we have a list in order. So what this is now, why I had you number them is because these are the steps we are going to take in working towards your phobia, to get over your phobia. So if you're comfortable with how you numbered them, if you want to look over it one more time just to make sure you numbered them correctly, from 1 to 10, if you're comfortable with that list, then that's how we're going to approach this.
Okay.
So with systematic desensitization, there's 2 different types. There's in vitro, which is where you just imagine it.
Okay.
You're not actually going to come into contact with the dog.
Okay.
And you're going to just imagine the stimulus. So
Okay.
his dog, any dogs in general.
Okay.
And we're going to use relaxation techniques.
Okay.
So when we approach each step, so going from 1 to 2 to 3, we'll use these relaxation techniques so that when you move to the next one, you're not so anxious. But if at any point you move to the next one and you still feel anxious and you're not comfortable, you don't think we went over the step before enough, we can always move back. That's the thing about this that I really like.
Okay.
The other type is in vivo, where you're going to be exposed to the stimulus itself,
Okay.
which is good as well, because with this what we can actually do is use the dog that your boyfriend has, so that you become more comfortable with that, and we're actually using the dog that you're going to be in contact with the most, so that would actually be good as well. And we do that the same way. We go from step 1 to step 10 in order.
Okay.
And if use relaxation techniques, and if at any point you don't feel comfortable, we always can go back a step. but I want to do what's comfortable for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to pick right now. You can think about it.
Okay.
And then you'd pick which one you'd feel more comfortable with.
Okay.
And we'd go from there.
Yeah.
I also think it's important for your family and most specifically your boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
to be involved with this, especially when you go home and you practice these things and you work towards getting more comfortable and less afraid of the
Okay.
dog at home, that he is on board and he understands what you're doing.
He doesn't want me to be scared anymore, so
Right.
I feel like he'll be.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He's supportive.
Yeah.
It can absolutely be frustrating because, especially for somebody that's not scared of something, to not understand why you're
Right.
going through this. So I think it's really important that he understands what you're going through and the process we're taking. So with that, I'll also give you some information about what we're gonna do to give him so that he knows,
Okay.
so that he can work with you to get through this. Yeah. And so I'll give you homework each session
Okay.
to go home and work step by step.
Great.
So for today,
Yes.
we're not really going to do too much.
Okay.
This can take up to like 12 sessions.
Okay.
Sometimes it might take 4 to 6.
Okay.
We really work at your pace. And
Okay.
I don't want to rush it
Right.
because we want this
That's
to
good.
be
That
lasting.
makes me feel comfortable.
Good. I'm glad. Because it's all about making you feel comfortable and I want this to stick.
Right. Yes. That's the key.
Yes. Yeah, so today what we might work on a little bit is the relaxation technique you're going to
Okay.
do. And I'll have you work on that until next time at home, just working on relaxing.
Okay.
So you are, so you're comfortable with the relaxation technique so that when we work in session, you'll know how to do it and you'll feel comfortable with that.
Okay.
So we'll work on that today.
Perfect.
And then after that, we'll go step by step.
Step by step.
So for next time, I just want you to, after we go over the relaxation, I want you to work on that, and then I also want you to think about what makes you the most comfortable, either in vitro or in vivo.
Okay. I think probably in vitro.
The in vitro.
Because I'm already around the dog, and that's just like not working.
It's not, okay.
So I guess like start small and then work our way up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Even in therapy, we could do in vitro, and then at home, you can always do the in
Yeah,
vivo, because you'll be around.
Exactly. Perfect.
Alright, awesome.
Thank you very
Do you
much.
have any questions about it?
No, I feel comfortable and I feel excited.
Awesome.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Thank you.